Recently, the horrible company Balenciaga put out an ad campaign that sexualized children and encouraged pedophilia with some of the scriptures and the hidden messages within those campaigns. They've been doing it for a while, but people finally caught on. By the way, it was allowed on all platforms, so the same social media that censors Andrew Tate and Donald Trump allowed this to happen. The View had an interesting take, not that I would expect much from them. Roll the clip.
What's going on here?
I found this ad campaign particularly distasteful in this moment. So there's growing anti-LGBTQ sentiment right now, and how it's being framed is as portraying, trans people as groomers. This is a term you'll hear on the far right. They're groomers. This is where you get the anti-drag queen stuff.
That is not where you get the anti-drag queen stuff. You get that when you host drag shows for kids. It's your own fault. Not the Republicans. It's not a conspiracy theory. This is real. You guys do it. You've done it more than once. Stop lying.
That we're seeing. So Balenciaga played right into their hands by having kids in a sexualized manner carrying something that represents, sex acts. I think it was a really bad misstep at a moment where it's just kind of a dangerous time to even give credence to those kind of insane takes.
Yeah, we can't even show the picture because it's so distasteful. But what's also very distasteful is Balenciaga lately, their stuff is just ugly. The bag that their little girl is holding is ugly. Do you remember when Kim K was dressed in Balenciaga for the Met Gala? Look at that. Oh, she looked like a bat.
Even for this show, this is a new low. They just saw an ad for Balenciaga that showed child with teddy bears, and their first response is to blame the Republicans and the far right. And their second response was to defend transgender rights. Are you serious? You're not going to defend the innocent children that were used in those ads? You're not going to blast Balenciaga for these horrible ad campaigns? Instead, you're going to blame Republicans and the MAGA crowd? This show is a total joke, and the fact that they didn't get upset right away should tell you a lot. They called it a misstep and distasteful for the moment. When would it ever be tasteful to post kids with teddy bears in a sexual environment? You people are disgusting. The only reason they're upset, and this is coming from them, is the fact that this plays into the right. It gives them more political power. Yeah, well, it should. If one party is trying to sexualize your kids, I would hope that people would vote for the other party. You do it to yourselves, but that shouldn't even be your biggest concern. If your party is sexualizing children, maybe that's your problem, and you should deal with that. Not get mad at Republicans who don't want that for their kids. It's awful that you would even suggest anything else. Before I go any further, I know a lot of you guys haven't seen the campaign or don't know how bad it is, so I'm gonna have Candace Owens explain what we're dealing with.
Then they shot another photo from the campaign, and the same exact campaign, and there is a Balenciaga purse, and under the purse there's a lot of papers. When you zoom in to the papers, what you will see is it is a Supreme Court decision. The Supreme Court decision was Ashcroft versus the Freedom of Speech Coalition, the Freedom Coalition for Speech, right? That was a decision that the Supreme Court struck down certain aspects of virtual child. Okay, so essentially they are putting these papers that was the Supreme Court decision to strike down certain laws pertaining to virtual child under the purse. So there is no confusion where they stand. They are happy that the Supreme Court decided to get rid of virtual child laws, which now allows them to have these children that are holding these bears.
So there you have it. Hopefully that gives you a clear idea into what's going on and how awful it truly is. And the fact that The View would use this to attack far-right Republicans and defend transgender rights just goes to show you that they're nothing more than a leftist propaganda machine, and their only goal is to get their audience to vote blue. They have one agenda and they push it no matter what, no matter the circumstance. They're just trying to brainwash people. And hopefully you guys see that and can make an opinion for yourself. This ad gets way worse. I showed you guys the bare minimum. Hopefully the video stays up. But there is much worse going on with this Balenciaga ad campaign. They dug through years of social media content. And that, what I just showed you, is the beginning. it gets far worse. And if they're posting stuff worse than that, just imagine what they don't post. But that is all I have for this video. If you like it and want to help spread the message, please share it. But at least I encourage you to go look at this Balenciaga ad campaign and see how awful it really is. You can help spread the message that we're done with this. We're not going to be allowing this anymore to happen to children in any company. And leave a like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe for more content just like this. And I'll see you in the next one.